everybody, this is Robin with Creative2xmom, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you what's in my mom notebooks. So welcome back to my channel. My name is Robin and this is Creative2xmom. This channel is all about homeschooling, parenting, and thriving in the day-to-day. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my mom notebooks. Now, I've shared with you guys in the past that we are eclectic homeschoolers with sort of a leaning towards Charlotte Mason. The more I learn and get into homeschool philosophy, the more good I see in the Charlotte Mason philosophy. And we have pulled from that in different areas over the years. And one of those things has been in narration and notebooking. There is so much in just that topic alone that I feel like I am learning all the time. I really am. So this is probably not going to be necessarily the textbook right way to notebook, but this is how we notebook. And this is specifically how I notebook. Now, I have always been one of those people who loves to write. I have an English degree. Words for me are life. I love it. So I have always kept something of a journal. This is one that I picked up in January, and this is, I don't know how you would describe it. It's not necessarily a daily activity for me. It was a weekly activity. I had a weekly rhythm where I was sitting and watching my daughter's dance class on Tuesday nights, and I would journal, but her schedule has changed and I need to get back in the rhythm of this one. Sometimes this is recording what's going on in our day-to-day, recording on what's going on with me, and sometimes this ends up being a prayer journal for my kids, for my family, for my husband. Sometimes this ends up being a quote here or there and what I think about it personally. I have other notebooks that I just keep quotes in, but this for me, I will sometimes include those quotes or thoughts and then my personal reflection on them, what I'm thinking about them, how they're changing me. This is more of what you would call like a traditional journal, and I've kept one for quite some time, fell off the habit, and have picked it up again this year because just for my own mental health, it's been really nice to be able to put down my thoughts. I kind of skipped ahead and went to that one. This is the one that was on top. This is a small notebook that I keep. I have a bag that I take with me on Sunday mornings to church, and it has my Bible and it has pens and that sort of thing, and this small notebook. Now this just came from, I think, Target. Somebody gave this to me. This is my sermon notes journal. I don't know about the rest of you, but this started out as a practice to keep myself focused on Sunday mornings, because what is it about sitting in a sermon on Sunday mornings and you can sort of just lose your focus? So I have kept notes in this one probably for the past 3 years, always date them and have the title of the sermon, and then things that stand out to me, things that the Lord is working on me through that sermon, references that the pastor is referencing that I want to go back and look up later. Sometimes keywords, like he'll present a verse and there will be something in that verse that will stand out to me, so I'll just put that phrase down. This has been my sermon notes, and it has really done two things for me. It's kept me focused on Sunday mornings, and it's given me something to reflect on and nourish my soul throughout the week, because I can go back to this and be reminded and keep growing, because it's not a one-time message. So that's my sermon notes. The next notebook that I have, I guess you would call it like a commonplace book. I just picked up something from the Dollar Tree. I didn't want to get just the basic black and white, but I wanted to keep something very simple because I'm pretty practical, and so I got this pretty little design. This is poems or phrases from books, or we studied Longfellow last year, and so I took my favorite poem and I copied it in here. Kipling. I'm not a big fan of Kipling, so I took my favorite poem of his just to remind myself how much I do like some of his work. Some of it's really offbeat for me. So this is my things that stand out to me. Again, things that nourish me, things that challenge me, and really cause me to grow in my reading. The other two are just basic notebooks. You can keep basic notebooks and they can still be really valuable. Depends upon where you're at in your thought of, you know, for me, I wanted to have something a little bit more special for my commonplace, but basic notebooks, very simple. The next one is my book of centuries. Now, I did a tutorial on a DIY book of centuries, which I will link down below. And I decided I was going to keep a book of centuries with my kids this year because I needed to keep track of the timeline as well. So that's that one. And then the last notebook is sort of a working notebook. I have been going over what we're going to do for our Middle Ages unit. And so I have a couple pages in here of books that I want to check out. And then as I checked them out, I went through and I found projects we were going to work on. I am keeping notes in here for our poet and our artist for next year. Areas of focus that I might want to make our one thing for next year. Notes on video ideas. Notes on things that I want to purchase for our homeschool. I am a paper and pen planner. So this has been really nice for me to be able to go back and reference from. Now those are I think I have 5 or 6 notebooks. I've heard some people reference their personal cookbook as a notebook, and so if you think that falls in that category, I have one of those of recipes that have been handed down over the years or that my daughter and I have discovered together. I think the one notebook that really still intrigues me that I've not had a chance yet to get into would be nature study. And over the years, we've tried to find a way to make that work in our homeschool, and it just, I don't know, it just hasn't become a thing, but I kind of want to do it. So if you have any tips or tricks on how to start nature study within the city, because we just live in the city, it takes us a good half hour to really get out, I would love to know those. Leave me a comment down below. Do notebook. Where's your favorite notebook to write in? Do you have any that I haven't mentioned here today? Or does this inspire you to get into notebooking with your kids? I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.